What's up, y'all? It's Chad. I'm back with another video, another Monday motivational, y'all. I want to talk about something that's very important to me, but I think it's very important just in today's age, is how to be a better spouse. I want to give you 3 tips, y'all. 3 tips on how I think that you can be a better spouse to your husband or your wife, or even to your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your fiance, to someone that you are serious enough with to know that you want to be a better person for them, as well as for yourself. So I want to give you, like I said, 3 tips, and hopefully these help, and something that I always try to do and always continue to try to get better, and to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that Gabrielle is happy. Tip number 1, y'all, listen. Stop talking and listen, okay? Look, just listen. Sometimes your spouse needs to be able to vent, to be able to talk to you about something that might be very difficult for them to talk about, but you're so busy trying to be a problem solver or trying to talk over them to say, well, it's not that big of a deal, or you know what, just don't worry about it, it'll be fine. They don't necessarily need to hear that sometimes. Sometimes they just want to vent, they want to talk to you, they want someone to listen. Why do you think therapists have jobs? Why do you think therapists are so successful? Is because they learned how to just to listen to people. So you can be the best therapist that your husband or your wife or your boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whoever could need if you would just stop and listen. After you've listened, try to understand where they're coming from. Whether you agree or not, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you agree or not in that moment. You have to try to understand where they're coming from, right? What their point of view is. They think a different way than you, and you need to try to understand that the best way you can. So that's important. Step number 1, listen and understand it the best that you can. It will go a long way. So stop talking and listen. And I'm going to move on to tip number 2. Y'all, do not sweat the small things. Why do we do that? We all are so guilty of sweating the smallest things. It can be the smallest thing that will not really affect us for maybe more than an hour, but for some reason it affects us the entire day, it affects us the entire week, and then it also affects our relationship with our spouse or significant other, because we are sweating the smallest things. For instance, if your spouse doesn't take out the trash, okay? Because us men, that's our job, but sometimes we forget to do it, or we're late in doing it. We're not perfect. We're definitely continuing to try to be better, and sometimes we need our wives to remind us. There's no reason to get upset about the trash not being taken out. It's something that you just have to address. And then it goes back to trying to help them figure out why they're not taking out the trash. And then on the other side, if you're the one not taking out the trash, if you're guilty, listen and try to understand where your spouse is coming from, why it upsets them that you're not taking the trash out. So, but do not sweat it. Do not let it turn into some big crazy argument over the fact that the trash didn't get taken out. I mean, yes, trash needs to be taken out, but trash not being taken out does not need to ruin your relationship. So just think about how you approach situations, what kind of attitude you have. So think before you speak. We've all been told that, right? Actually think before you speak, because if you don't think before you speak and you're upset, you're probably going to say it with attitude, probably going to say something messed up, and they're going to feel like, okay, you're attacking me, and it's going to turn into something bigger, and it doesn't need to do that. So just think before you speak, and do not sweat the small things. Understand that mistakes happen, and I'm talking about small things. Okay, I'm not talking about big mistakes. There are big mistakes. That's a different video. I'm talking about small mistakes, like not taking out the trash, not doing the dishes, forgetting to do something, like stuff like that. Small things that do not need to affect your relationship in a negative way. As long as you communicate and listen and understand, we can be good, right? So that's the first 2 tips. My third tip, y'all, is do not be insane. Stop being insane. You know what insane means? Is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome. So look, let's be honest. If you're out there doing the same stupid things that make your spouse upset, why? What do you expect when you get yelled at, or when they're mad at you? You did the same thing over and over. Like, come on, let's be real. Stop doing the same thing over and over. Like, that just doesn't make sense. So, I mean, you're insane if you think that you can do the same thing that just made your spouse mad, and the next day it's not going to make them mad. It's going to make them mad. Like, so just learn, listen, and understand why it made them mad and what you can do better so that you do not do it again. Like, simple as that. Like, let's at least strive to make corrections in the direction that you're going in that made your spouse mad at you. If you do that, then you're not going to be insane. Like, being insane, that's not cool. We don't want to do that. So you don't want to continually have the same argument with your spouse. I mean, if you do, then that's a crazy relationship. You want to get better. You want to move forward, grow together, and learn from your mistakes, and communicate and grow as a family, you know, and it's great. So just think about those 3 tips, y'all. So tip number 1, listen and understand, okay? Tip number 2, do not sweat the small things. And tip number 3 is do not be insane, because it doesn't make sense. So hopefully these tips have helped you. These are something that I continually try to work on myself, because there's something that you can continue to work on each day, and to make sure that you're, you know, being the best person and spouse that you can be, or boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, like I said before. So hopefully, like I said, this helped. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a wonderful week. Let me know how you use these steps, if they work for you. Definitely down in the description box. Make sure you thumbs up this video and subscribe. Tell everybody you know. And thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you later. Peace.